Greetings everyone, here's Lodrik and this is the Game War in the Pacific Admiral's Edition. This is my play-by-email match against AsuRob. He's Allied Commander and for me it is Empire of Japan. Now it's October 15th, 42. I'm still waiting to see the next steps for the Allied army south of Bundaberg. There is some movement, you can see here the small indication. But first here is S-44 in deep water, so very unlikely I do anything. Yeah. The two British destroyers I was not able to sink yesterday are back in Rockhampton. The next night engagement on very close range. A 4-inch shell, but not really creating a lot of damage. And nothing else. The next attempt, still nighttime. The Japanese crossing the T. But again, all shells are missing. Third attempt. One more hit, but again only 4-inch. And no penetration, no engine hit. That is what really cripple a destroyer or all kind of surface ship engine damage. Okay. A burning ship at least. Okay, both British ships got a hit, but only one is on fire and nothing is heavy damage. Night bombardment once again. No hit for Rob today. And enemy submarines at Rockhampton port. I really need to mine the port sooner or later. But I don't have any mines left, so yeah. Japanese mine production is so underperformance. There's never enough mines. So maybe in 43 I first can finish all my ports. And I'm not so even sure if this is possible. Some ground strikes. No Chinese Air Force left. Wildcats are sweeping. Too small numbers to have impact. Rob is shifting his strikes. And, oh yeah, here's a strong air strike against Bundaberg. But I don't know if this is enough escort. Looks not. Yeah. But not every battle is a clear victory for me. But I guess that maybe Rob was, I don't know, maybe he's shifting some of his aircraft to the west of Bundaberg, but some are choosing Bundaberg because they don't give an order for everyone. It's a little mixed here. And it is simply too little to overcome my strong presence at Bundaberg. The 4 engines are going for Rockhampton once again. So you can see different type of 4 engines, but all are 4 engines in it. And there's already B-17F with a even better anti-aircraft armament compared to the E. And the E is an upgrade to D. So they're getting shorter range, but always more powerful. So yeah, I lose here a bunch of Zeros trying to intercept, but I also damaged a lot of aircraft. So maybe I can create here some ops losses. And additionally, the flag is helping. And Hudsons are, of course, I would say, not an airframe to be at the front line these days. Next reported hit on the submarine. And I-24 can escape once again, but so close to San Diego is really dangerous. I-6 a little more far away, directly at the box. But every allied player also knows that this is simply the dead zone. If anything is coming from Panama Channel, won't go to San Diego, it must come out in that position. Good, the tanks are pushing, half of the tanks are attacking, the other just arrive. But this is only the fallback allied army, so nothing more strong enough to stop me. Next attempt to take Imphal. Fort is down, but I still take here casualties I need to replace before I can attack again. Some ships going for upgrade, but overall not too much action. Still air war 37-4. Once again, losing here M4, M5s over Bundaberg or Captain, And the Allies are losing mainly light bombers, one engine bombers, and B-24 Liberators. They are simply really not so tough like a B-17. You can see no B-17, but a lot of Liberators. 2 killed pilot and 1 wounded. Okay. There was no attack on the ship, no sinking sound, all fine. Nothing here really in China to discuss, maybe in Japan. The fuel situation is still going in, going out, so you can see that this turn was okay, no shutdown of industry, but they had some days now that industry was, at least in Osaka or in Tokyo, sometimes taking a day off because not enough fuel to run the heavy industry. So this is why I shift the focus now, shipping back fuel to Japan first. This all looks fine. Nothing really to discuss here. The tanks are going, so I'm 2 hexes away from Townsville. I also don't see the movement of enemy troops for Bundaberg up to now, so my divisions are coming south to stop the attempt. I don't know if Rob is maybe trying to go left side again. Could also be that his army is simply also very depleted. My destroyers was on the hunt. This is an artillery unit, is unloading with a little emergency supplies. My destroyer group is fine, but I have no fuel in Australia, so this means I can also not run more my supply, any hunter groups now. I need supplies, I need fuel. Some stuff is coming, but it's never enough. It's really only to keep the bases just running, nothing else. You can also see, because I don't know if this is maybe interesting, all the land-based aircraft, so not carrier wings or something for the Navy. I have on the map, because this is all map, 6,632 in total. But not everyone is ready. But this is more or less the land-based air wing. I am ready to deploy, but this is Navy and Army together. So if I only say Army, it's 2,200. If I say Navy, it's 4,300. So you can see I've doubled the aircraft for Navy compared to Army. That is heavily related to resizing of carrier-capable air wings. You can see the torpedo bombers, air wings. You can always see 93 or 81, 81, 72, 72, and something like this. So this is why I resize them. But this also means that I have always lack of pilots, because I resize so much that there's really a demand. What is at the end, this fighter wings and torpedo bombers is one, but what is really cost me a lot of pilots is the amount of float planes. I resized to 27, and that is more or less, I think, the big demand of pilots for me. So in the Army, you cannot really resize anything. There is some stuff you can resize, but this is very special. Good. And I only don't know if I ever checked this. So you can also see my pool of pilots of the Navy is 0. I get every month 200, nearly 200 for both sides. But the experience level of the Navy was dropping because I took out some of my pilot schools. You can see that it's not completely depleted, but I took some of the last months of the last quarter training cadets out. So this is why my experience is a little low. If I wait 2 or 3 months, then the experience will come back. But I can also train the pilots on map. I also have a lot of, you can see I have 400 pilots in reserve for the Army and nearly 300 for the Navy. but and many pilots, not many, but you can see I have dozens of pilots with very good experience. You can only see experience, not skills. And for Navy, it is less experience because most pilots are simply on the map and not in the reserve. You can see that I have here only patrol guys and some bombers, but fighter I always miss. Recon and transport are not really in demand. Good, I think that was so far okay. Maybe a short check here on my two wings. I was fighting here once again. You can see some quad A's. Oh wait, I better check this. So quad A's, triple A's, triple A's, triple A's, triple A's, triple A's. That is a good air wing. And here we have two triple A's and some double A's. But again, if you come experience is 92, it's really hard to get the experience as a skill level up over 70. So you train up to 70, 72 training, and after this, it's very hard to get this up. It's possible, but very hard. You get more or less the experience up, but not more the skill level. I also don't know if there's maybe some that every pilot have a maximum skill level, something like this, because I still believe if you get a 92 experience, I mean 78 is okay, is high, but the defense is never really increasing. Good, see you next time, take care, bye bye.